Hello everybody, welcome back to Sarah Plays in Warhammer 3. This time I'm picking up and I'm going to play Tzarina Katarin of Kislev. I've played Kislev once before on my channel. I played Mother Ostankia, but she's kind of like not your traditional Kislev, so I am going to pick up with Katarin, and this is coming after the patch 6.1. I think even they released the patch 6.2. I'm not sure if I'm updated on that. I'll have to check, but I figured let's see about the changes to Kislev because I know they made quite a few changes. They also made some changes to Tzeentch, so Kairos, and I've never played Kairos really at all, like unrecorded or not, so I might also do Kairos, but while I'm waiting for Grimhammer to be updated for the patches so I can pick back up with the Vlad campaign, I'm gonna start Katarin. So I have it set to hard and hard. I've been playing around between hard and very hard, but I've struggled with Kislev in the past just because she's in a pretty rough area. But it has been a long time since I've played Kislev, so some things may have changed, but I figure I'll stick with hard for this just to keep it fun for me. Oops. And let's see how this goes. Now, I know that Ice Guard for Kislev, or for Katarin, are very powerful, so that's kind of what I want to work towards is some of the Ice Guard. But other than that, like, I don't really know how I'll end up building the army. I do think their cavalry looks really cool, like the winged lancers, I think that's what they're called, or winged something. I think that's a really neat looking thing. Plus, I really like the bears too, but I think the bears, or maybe that's more the patriarchs on bears. I thought the bears were like a Castalton thing. Not that that means I can't use them, but just I don't know that Katarin buffs them quite as much. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Oh, and I always forget about this text here at the beginning. So with an ill-defined border, the north of Kislev is barely distinguishable from Troll Country and the tundra beyond. The threat from Norska in the northwest is constant, for it is a land stalked by all manner of gruesome monsters and savage madmen of infertile ground as hard as iron and howling winds that cut like daggers of purest cold. A network of fjords and mist-shrouded inlets wreathe the Norskan coast, and it is here that the Northmen tether the longships with which they terrorize the shores of the known world. So, where Katarin starts, we've got Throt nearby, who's a big problem. We have Chaos that comes down very quickly. I feel like Katarin gets wiped out in a lot of campaigns. There's Norska, obviously. There's Azazel. It's a really tough spot, I think. I think she starts at war with Greenskins, so.
All the motherland stands behind me.
I could be wrong about that too. Also, I am terrible about this, but I like read over the patch notes a while ago, but I didn't really like read into them all that much. Oh, we start against Norska. Never mind. So I will be just taking this as it comes. So earn the support of Kislev's Ice Court throughout your campaign and use their boons to claim powerful rewards. Use your provincial devotion to perform invocations of the motherland for provinces or local armies to grant them powerful temporary effects. Train the Frost Maidens. I'm aware of that. Appoint Atamans. Also, the interesting thing is that Atamans now have the sallying out ability with their garrisons, which is kind of neat. Like your garrison can actually attack armies that are nearby, if I'm understanding that correctly. So I'm going to play around with some of these new features. So I'm taking it's Chaos Corruption. So Ragur, I don't know why I rolled my R there. Oscarson. Oscarson. Alright, let's just see Kislev here. I'm at tier 0. This is the Ice Court. Atamans. So, alright, let's see. Ice Court support. This is what I want. Interesting. Okay. So I start at 40. He starts at 20. Melee defense. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of nice. Axe bow into the fray. Vigor, interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of neat things here. You can spend your... Okay, so if I get all the way over, I gain a boon. And then the boons can be spent on these things, which I'm assuming they're just permanent. But holy cow, there's a lot of them. So I'm going to have to probably go through and look at some of these, but maybe I'll wait until I actually have some boons to work with. Also, I like that it's like a little ice snowflake thing, and then he's got a bear, which makes sense. So, okay, so that's the new thing for Kislev. As far as building at Kislev, so this is experience for Ottomans deployed, furs, recruitment costs for Kossars, and light cavalry, income from farms. So that's not bad, but I don't know if that's like what I want to start with. Also, this has changed as far as I know. Ice court support +1 per turn, devotion, growth, income. Prevents construction of the orthodoxy. I see. Orthodoxy support gained. I don't want to do that. I think I want the ice court building, right? But I also could start a garrison, and I feel like that's going to be important in this campaign because of all of the threats that are around me. Here we have just growth and recruitment costs, which also is nice. Growth and construction cost decrease. Income, trade okay. I think I want to put the ice court building here first, though, because I think provides garrison ice guard, so that's good, but also gives me devotion and ice court support.
Mistress of
Oh gosh, I'm so afraid to start this. Let me pick my technology first. So ice rot enchantments enables magical attacks for boyars, Ottomans, and Tzarina. Glacial prism, winds of magic, and ammunition for ice guard, which I probably won't get ice guard for a long time, but permafrost. So this is a good one for ice guard and Tsar guard. Okay, upkeep for armies led by ice witches and Tzarina Katarin. So that's a pretty good one to get eventually. Ice court indoctrination. So orthodoxy, that's more like Kistalton's realm, I think. So one of these ice court support gained, and this would allow me to recruit frost maidens. So I think I probably should go this route. But there's also the people. Okay. This is like your... Oh, this is for weapons. Oh, this is for the army. Okay. For Kossars. Oh my goodness. There's so many good things. And then this is... Oh, this is for like the beasts and then growth, casualty, replenishment. So there's so many good ones. But I think I'm going to work towards getting a frost maiden.
we stand against chaos.
Okay. Well, let's try this battle. Close victory with medium casualties. What's our map look like? Not the worst thing in the world, I guess. Also, what do I start with? I start with 2 armored Kossars. Armored Kossar, great weapons. Kossars, ice guard swords, winged lancers, the cool guys, and a snow leopard and Tzarina Katarin. So, Rahagur, so bad at rolling my R's. Oskarsan. Alright, so he's got some marauders. Are these ice trolls? They look kind of like they're posing a little bit. I don't know. And then marauder throwing guys. Throwing axes? Is that what those are? I don't know. And then are these marauder dual weapons? Let's take a peek-see here and see. So marauders, like I thought. Marauder hunters. Norskin ice trolls. Yeah, they definitely don't look as as pretty as their unit card looked. And then these guys. So these guys have speed of 90. My guys are debuffed a little bit. Oh. They're debuffed because of difficulty modifier. Lovely. And then obviously Marauder Chieftain. Okie dokie. So the nice thing about Norska, no, not Norska, Kislev, is that a lot of their units are hybrid. Actually, all of them are. Technically, these guys are also hybrid, but they're a little bit weaker. The armored Kossars, I feel like, are pretty capable, and the Ice Guard are pretty capable. The regular Kossars, I'm going to stick on this side more, or maybe like provide firing support in the back. And the Snow Leopard is pretty fast, so the Snow Leopard could potentially chase down the Marauder Horsemen if they end up being a problem. And then obviously Katarin's got spells. So we've got Ice Maiden's Kiss, which is a damage per second and a speed debuff. And Ice Sheet, which is a speed, acceleration, charge speed debuff. So that could come in handy against some units. These guys are maybe a little bit too close. Now, of my units, they do armor piercing melee. And they do frosty magic damage. Okay, I'm gonna actually see if I can engage with the leopard. And let's do... Oh, they have to be a little bit closer. Debuff them just a wee bit. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. I'll get him there. Alright, I do not want my winged lancers to get hit by the trolls. That's not what I want to happen here. Dagnabbit! I always put myself in these terrible positions. Alright. Oh, disengage. Alright, well the hunters have disengaged, but the leopard is going to die so bad. Because it's Dagnabbit. I can't get out of here. Can I get out this way? Okay, come on, come on, come on, little buddy. Come on, little buddy. I am not a big fan of the leopards, if I'm being honest. I tend to kill them very quickly, as is evidenced by what's going on right here. So far, though, we're not doing too bad. Might deep at those guys. Alright, so that caused them to freak out. Alright, I'm gonna have these guys come over here. See if we can take on the hunters. Have the winged lancers potentially go after the fleeing guys. And then we also have the trolls, which I would also want to debuff with the speed. Actually, the charge bonus one might be good for them. Yeah, the Marauder Horsemen are the annoying ones. Chase them off there. Ugh. I know that the leopard is better for chasing down fleeing units. I'm not utilizing it well right now. This little frostbite here. Alright, well, I think we'll be fine here, yeah. how much?
Attack, comrades!
We fight for Ursun!
Let's see. Debuff their speed a little bit. See if we can take the trolls out.
Kislev's vengeance!
Try to take out that guy. So the horsemen will get away, but yeah, we can take out them. The Ice Guard are okay. These armored Kossars took a little bit of damage, but just have the leopard took the most damage, and yeah, that's just my bad. It's just me not using my fast units well. Some trolls did get away. They're regenerating, but are these guys? They're anti-infantry, so probably not super great against the trolls. The trolls will just get away. I'll just go ahead and end it. Decisive victory. It's better, I think, than... Or maybe they said decisive and medium casualties. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it'll take me some getting used to. A different faction plays differently than Vlad and Draika. This is both Vlad and Draika right now. I mean, at least Draika's main army has no ranged units really, so Vlad doesn't have any ranged units really, so then you're coming to the Ice Court. Katarin, her army is 90% ranged. You gotta shift your mentality a little bit. But I don't think I embarrassed myself too bad with that battle. It's always disheartening when you fight the first battle and you like really mess it up. And then you're like, oh man, I should have been better. So from here, things are gonna get interesting. I'm not sure. I didn't look to see if Bersenling has a settlement. Let's see. What are my options here? So execute captives, army replenished, treasury, devotion, and campaign movement range. I do think I want army replenished
To the mines.
for this one. Okay, so they have Vitevo and Igorov and Fort Jakova. So I do want to take Vitevo. Yes.
Tzarina Katarin.
So we'll go after Vitevo. Close victory, medium casualties. I think I'll just... Medium casualties, though. If my replenishment isn't well... What do we got here? So we just got Marauders, Marauder Spearmen, Marauder Hunters, Marauder Horsemen. I may fight this one also, just try to mitigate casualties. Hopefully mitigate casualties. I think the last one wasn't too bad. I'm just not going to send my leopard after the horsemen this time. I'll just see if I can try to position myself to take them out. I should have more range than they do. But I don't know. Also, I love that they're like, Tzarina's a decent melee combatant. She's definitely better when she gets her bear. Also, what is going on here?
Defenders of Kislev!
Okay.
Defenders of Kislev!
I wonder if I should have those guys, just because I feel like the horse dudes are gonna be a pain in the butt. And then the leopard I'm gonna bring over here to try to help chase down fleeing dudes.
Sons of Kislev!
Fight with
Okay, so they have range of 80. I have range of 160. These guys are 90. These guys are 140. So if they come to a stop and just start shooting at me, I should have enough range to hit them back. Okay, they got their spears on the ends, which are, well, this end at least.
The motherland's finest!
Bring them over here. Don't want the leopard up against the spearmen either. Defenders of Kislev.
Annihilate them!
Try to have them flee before they do too much damage to my guys. Well, we're doing pretty decent damage to them at least. Okay, so they're clumping up. So now I would be good to throw a frostbite here.
The frosts are mine!
Let's debuff their speed even more.
Dodge! Tor!
Alright, now bring the cavalry in to flank. Hopefully once the spears engage. Or, actually, I could have the leopard circle around and go after those guys. It's my gold ice guard are taking a beating here.
Comrades of the bear! Obey the order,
Oh,
dogs!
no, I wanted you to go around this way. Alright, come in and charge. Are you facing me? Are you bracing? They are bracing. Well, here we go. Okay, so let them hang there for a bit. And then cycle charge out, because now we're taking a real big beating.
Cossacks!
I can use my frostbite again. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's how that's gonna work. I forgot that these guys use guns. I was like, where's the gunfire coming from? That's right. They use guns. And the Ice Guard use bows. Pretty fancy bows, too. Alright, well, I'll just let them continue doing what they're doing until everybody's out of range. We'll go ahead and end it. Alright, so probably better than the auto-resolve. Definitely gonna have to be careful with my leopard and my cavalry, though. I've been trying to focus on being better with cavalry. It's always been a weak spot for me, is how I treat my cavalry, so I'm trying to be better about that. But I am pleased with that result. That went better than expected, I think. Probably better than the auto-resolve. So from here, I'll have to look to recruit, and we'll see what options I have to recruit. Probably Kossars, because those are not Kossars. Or are these just Kossars? I've already forgotten what they're called. Probably those guys, but I would like to get Zargard. Zargard with Ice Guard, I think, would be a good combo. Zargard would be better at holding the line. They're ones that I don't think they have any ranged weapon. So they're more just like to hold the line, and then the Ice Guard could frostbite them from behind. Oh, it costs devotion.
My frozen kingdom expands.
Okay. So, battles fought against chaos and faction. Alright, so that's good. So,
Tzarina
Vitevo.
Katarin of Kislev.
Let's throw in devotion and growth, casualty replenishment, ambush success, growth and income, ice court support gained, growth. I think I'll do courthouse.
Kislev endures.
Alright, so I do have Kossars, Kossar spears, and Kislevite warriors. So not a ton to choose from, but let me get a couple Kossar spears. Because I don't think I have any other anti-large. Yeah, everybody... Snow Leopard is anti-large, but no infantry that's anti-large. So 3 turns until I can get this technology, and then another whatever to get there. It's... Ugh. Oh, I can do a Frost Maiden already. Oh, okay. Okay. This is going to take a while, too. Ugh. 5 turns. Torlana Shevchenko. Alright. Skill points for Katarin. I do want my Route Marcher. And Devotion, Leader of Renown, Reassuring Presence, Fervent. I think I'm going to go into her spells to start because she's a pretty formidable spellcaster.
I do it for Kislev.
Now, Kislev, let's do your recruitment cost, income, devotion +4, campaign movement range. Corruption. There's not really any corruption. There's no growth or control commandments that I'm seeing. So let's do devotion and debuff anybody moving through that area. Okay, so I'm going to just sit here until I can recruit a little bit. So Ostermark, I do want to try to have good relations with the Empire, so we'll take what we can get there.
Take what's theirs.
It's going to be rough once chaos starts to make its way down. And they already have somebody recruiting at Fort Jakova, and I think Fort Jakova is a big one, so that's going to have a heavier garrison. I like starting new campaigns, though. There's just something about it that's just fun. When you look up and you see 200 factions out there, and how quickly factions are destroyed. Hopefully they're all the bad ones. I know that's not true. I am hoping if Franz and Elspeth can have a good campaign, if they can help to reinforce the southern borders, then I could focus more on the north, but it's just usually they aren't able to hold down there.
None shall question me.
All right, so Fort Jakova is the bigger garrison. I don't have very much of an army. So I could try to go to Igorov, draw out Eric Torjunsen.
Frost winds carry me.
So if I camp,
I am not
I could recruit again. And then I think, I don't know if I'd have enough campaign movement range to make it up there, but don't want that. Hire mercenaries. Nope, don't have that. Army invocations. Oh, that's right. Use local devotion. Okay, so my devotion here is not good, and I can see that. Oh, it's not control. It's devotion. Okay. Okay. I see. That's the new thing they added. So Kislevite warriors are pretty good, and their armor piercing, and their anti-large. They're just not a hybrid unit, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's get a couple of them. All right, so Tempest or Ice. I'm thinking Tempest because Katarin has a lot of the ice stuff. I think like her spells are all, yeah, Ice Maiden's Kiss, Ice Sheet, Frost Blades, Death Frost. So I'm thinking for some variety, let's do Tempest. Okay. And anything else? Ostlin.
Approach and make your...
Get as much money as I can. Tzarina Enclave. You're at war with Throt, you poor thing. That's a rough spot to be in. Throt's another one that I'd like to play eventually. And I had thought about starting up Skaven, but then I was like, oh, well, the patch just came out and I kind of want to test the patch stuff. So this may not be a very long campaign. Again, it's just to play with some of the new stuff and try Kislev out. Especially if I get overwhelmed and wiped out, it may not be a long campaign. I remember one of the first factions I played in Immortal Empires was Tzarina Katarin, and it was ugly. I may have mentioned it before, but I didn't record it. Part of me wishes I had, but it was very, very ugly. I was very much underwater fairly early on.
Soft. Indulge.
Okay, so
For the motherland.
I can make it to Igorov. And Eric's just gonna hang out and recruit at Fort Jakova.
The shield of the old world.
Alright, well, we're gonna end up...
It is mine. By
I just have to, in my mind, remember devotion is now, or control is now devotion for Kislev.
Mistress of ice.
Kosovite dervishes. I think I'm going to stick with Kislevite warriors and some other Kosovars.
The motherland's purity is tainted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They are one.
Okay, so the noble daughters of the Ice Court rarely stay within the confines of the Bochka Palace, for even in study, duty to Kislev is paramount. This courtier will continue honing her burgeoning talents by serving the motherland in another capacity. Which role should she focus on? Economist. Income from all buildings. Recruitment cost. Architect. Growth. Construction cost. Protector. Devotion. Corruption. Court agent. Experience gained. Hero capacity +1 for patriarchs. I think I like recruitment costs, all armies faction-wide, and income. I like economist. I think the best. Yeah. I really like the Ice Court mechanic. I love that you can customize your heroes as they go along. I think that's super fun.
It is mine by right.
I think I have it. I already checked this. Oh, Malachi McKayson. All right, so we're recruiting a little bit more, and so is he. And he's got mercenaries already, which should not be allowed because I can't get mercenaries, so neither should he. But this is probably going to have to be where I end it for part 1 of Tzarina Katarin, and I have not yet been wiped out yet, so that's a plus. But the Eric Torjensen, I think they don't pronounce the J right. Torjensen? Oh, great. He's going to be a fun one to challenge.
Born to rule.
So I don't know if I should just stay here and recruit until I have a full army and can take him on. But he's recruiting as well. I think they only have Forga Jakova left, though, so that's good. I am going to end it here, but I do want to just choose this first because I think it's fun. So even the younger members of the Ice Court are looked to for strategic military decisions, which older, more experienced boyars are normally asked to make. Where shall this maiden focus her strategic expertise? Infantry commander, so upkeep and weapon strength for infantry. Campaign movement range and upkeep. Quartermaster. Oh my. Ice Guard captain. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. I like infantry commander because I like... So this would buff the Ice Guard and a lot of my other infantry. And help my money. Campaign movement range is really nice. Upkeep is nice. This is almost the same as this. This is upkeep for the whole army. This is just infantry. Right now, most of my army is infantry, so... Ice Guard Captain, Missile Strength, and Melee Attack for Ice Guards. See, I feel like this would be better later game because I only have 1 unit of Ice Guard right now. So I think I'm going to go with Infantry Commander for that. So, all right. I think we are in as good of a spot as I can be. So I'm going to end it off here, but I'm excited to see where this goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back and see me in the next one.